I'm going to share with you trend secrets that you have never heard before that is going to change your trading game forever. I'm not teaching you no secrets. I just simply want to share something that is so simple for us to identify that we overlook it because we believe that knowing more or complexity will give us better results. So, on today's lesson, I just want to share with you just some trend ideas that you can lock into the back of your minds. You can take it to any chart, any pair, any instrument of your choice. It doesn't matter if you're trading CFDs, futures, indexes, it just does not matter. We're going to look at gold because that's what I specifically trade. And I just want to walk you through the charts here and just highlight a few things. Now, I'm going to say some very, very simple things, and you're going to be like, well, I know that already. If you know it already, then keep killing it. And if you're not killing it and you're overcomplicating your trading, then just lock in with me. Give me the benefit of the doubt, at least for 4 minutes, so that the algorithm knows that this is a good video. Okay? Now, when we're looking at gold here, we're going to start from the upper side of the chart where we can see a consolidation. I think it's very important to note that when the market is moving sideways, it just simply means we're doing nothing. There's no information here to confirm whether the buyers are in control, the bears are in control, and we do not know if the market's going to continue up or down. Now, just for context, I am not a breakout trader in the slightest. If there's anything that you know about me, I just do not like breakouts. I'm not saying breakouts don't work. I've done videos on breakouts. I've traded breakouts in the past, but in my humble opinion, it just is not enough confirmation to confirm a bias. But what I do understand from a breakout is if the market is moving sideways and there is no directional bias, neither buyers or sellers are in control, then it surely means that once price breaks to the downside, there is more of an indication that the bears are in control versus the bulls. But you didn't come here for breakout information. You clicked on this because my wonderful title that talks about trendline secrets. And that's not clickbait. It may get you to click the video, but it's not clickbait. Anyway, we see that price has broken out of this consolidation. The bears have taken over, they've pushed to the downside. This is never, ever going to be enough confirmation to confirm to us that we can look for sales, ever. What we understand as traders, if we're following simple price action, is once price breaks out of a sideways moving market, we have an indication that the bears are potentially in control. What we need is confirmation. So we have three criteria that we really want to be looking at when trading because it repeats itself every single day. And if you haven't seen my video, it's the previous one or the one before that, or the one before that, where I talk about looking for behavior, then the structural shifts, and then the trend developments. So once price breaks out of a consolidation, we have what we call a structural shift and behavioral shift, but we need confirmation. And that confirmation is price pulling back, failing to continue higher. The principles we then follow is if price is not going to continue higher, we must continue down. Now, somebody's going to be watching this and say, but you said it must go down, but it doesn't always go down. I get that. My point is not every time these scenarios develop is going to happen. The point is that when it happens often, or when it happens often. And that's what we call an edge in the market. So once it breaks out this consolidation, we want to see price confirm. Pullback, I'm not looking for a retest, couldn't care less. What I want to understand in these scenarios is once the bears are in control, can the bears maintain a sentiment? Now, unless price explicitly breaks back into the structure and starts forming, let's say, higher lows and higher highs, then this at this moment in time would mean nothing. But if we start to see that the sentiment of the market is continuing in a bearish theme alongside the breakout and the development of a trend development, meaning a lower high, then that means that there is more of a confirmation of the bears being in control versus the bulls. You guys listening at the back? This is simplicity 101. The bears are showing an indication that they are in control. A pullback confirms, once it creates a lower high, that the bears are still in control, and a continuation of that bearish movement, meaning price goes down, means that the bears are still in control. We have multiple points of confluence to confirm that the market is more likely to go down than to go up. Is this enough to confirm a trend? Well, this is what you're here for. The answer is no. A trend can only be confirmed once price creates, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, its first lower high and its first break of the low to make a lower low. Now we have a trend development. Prior to that, what we have is a trend developing. Because remember, once price breaks out the consolidation, it creates the low and the lower high. All we understand is that the bears are more in control than the bulls. But when price makes a lower low, we now know that a structural high, low, lower high, and lower low creates a point of contact, which illustrates to us very simply with price action that this is now in a downtrend. That's the secret. Now, jokes aside, I don't know what happened to me today. Okay. Anyway, we now know that the market is pushing bearish. We've broken the low. We've taken it out. And we can confidently say that when we're at this chart for this moment in time, that the only thing that we want to be looking for is for sells. Oops. Wrong color candle here. The only thing that we're looking for at this moment in time is sells. And I want you guys to lock this in the back of your mind. We didn't just come to the charts just because it looks like it's in a downtrend. We didn't just come to the charts because we can see a lower high and a lower low. We didn't come to the charts because we can draw in a trend channel and or trend line. We understand the behavior, the development, the continued development, and the confirmation once price breaks and creates a lower low. This is how we create consistency. I was looking at me, let me look at you. This is how we create consistency in the markets. We're telling a story constantly. If the story makes sense and there's no confusion, then we take the trade. If we have a story that is confusing, we're trying to work it out, it doesn't make sense, then you just don't trade. And I've said this so many times. It's not just about the trades you take, it's also the trades that you don't take. I do so many journal reviews every single month with my mentees. And every time I do those journal reviews, the number one reason why their results may be plus 3R and not a challenge passed, break even, and or in minus versus more than that is because they've taken trades they could have avoided. When you understand behavior, structure, and trends, it's simplicity. I'm not looking for liquidity sweeps. I don't care where the bank levels are. I don't look at whole numbers. I'm not using Fibonacci's. I don't care about Bollinger Bands. I'm just trading what the market does every day, which is trends. Now, once we know that the market is bearish, that the behavior is bearish, the structure is bearish, the trend is bearish, lock it in. Just lock it in. Let's just keep selling. If we see price create a lower high, can we sell this? Yes or no? You tell me. If the market creates a lower high, can we sell this? You tell me. If the market creates a lower high, can we sell this? What am I going to say? You tell me. Let's continue. Now, the market pulls back here. I'm going to ask you a question. Is this a lower high formation in the market? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Now, the only difference with this lower high that is forming is that it's a much deeper pullback because of this leg. This does not mean anything to us immediately unless one thing happens. It violates structure. What is structure? Structure is simply price creating a lower high or a higher low in a downtrend or uptrend where it creates a clear trending structure and continues to develop that structure. This is the lower high in this formation. Now, if price comes back above this high and then eventually takes it out, this is what we call a structural and behavioral shift in anticipation of a trend shift where price creates a higher low in anticipation of a higher high. So, granted, this is a very deep pullback in the market, but it is still a lower high. How do we trade this? Well, more often than not, what we want to be doing when we're trading in a trend is we want to see price breaking the low to confirm that that trend is still intact. So we want price to push, break the low, and continue in that direction of the overall trend development of itself. But when we have such a deep pullback, the range from where the lower high is formed and where price needs to break in order to enter this trade creates a unfavorable range. Now, I'm not saying you can't trade this as an inside bar, wherever you wish to do so, here or here or here. It doesn't, but it does matter. But the point is this: if you want to trade this as an inside bar, feel free to do so. But I'm going to give you a little bit of source here. The deeper the pullback, the more likelihood is that price will create a pullback before a continuation. So it becomes less favorable as a sellable opportunity as it does in scenarios like this when we have more connected structure and more close-knit lower high formations, as you can see in this example here. I mean, I call this as an example, but we actually crushed gold last week because of these moves. Was it last week or when was it? The week before. And the reason why I'm saying we crushed it is because we crushed it. Because I trade nothing more than this. Now, there's so many different ways to look at this, understand what is more favorable, unfavorable, etc., etc. Time is not going to give us the opportunity to go through everything in fine detail. So we're looking at very clear structures now. There are more complicated structures to look at, etc., etc. But the point is this: take this away with you, if anything. The more confusing and less easier it is to understand the trend development, it just simply means you don't trade. You get my drift? If it is clear and easy to understand, then you trade. That means that you don't take every trade, you take high probability trading setups. Make sense? Let's get back to this. So we have a deep range pullback here. Range meaning how far this leg has had to pull back to create the lower high in anticipation of a lower low. Let's move forward. We make the low, we pull back again, and now what do we anticipate again? We have an area in the market where price is continuing to create a structural lower high and lower low. Now, granted, it's not the clearest of lower highs, and we are definitely not continuing to create a clear channel like this, but nonetheless, it is a lower high, meaning we would anticipate price to continue down. Keep following me, guys. Don't fall asleep. Price does not continue to make a lower low. Rather, what we start to see form here is a structural shift. This is the first sign of price potentially, hold this in the back of your head, potentially creating a structural low, higher low, in anticipation of a higher high. Why do I know that? When the trend is trending bearish, we make lower lows and lower highs. When the market is trending bullish, we make higher lows and higher highs. I didn't make this up. I'm not predicting, preempting, hoping for. It's just how the market moves. If it doesn't do it, whoop-de-doo. I take a trade and I lose. But more often than not, that's what happens in a trend development. Let me clear some of this off for a second. So we have, give me a second, our low, higher low. We anticipate the higher high, but do you remember what I said? Until the market takes out the lower high in a downtrend, we cannot do what? We cannot buy. What happens? Price breaks above this structure here. Let's do it this way. Price breaks above this structure. This lower high has finally been violated, meaning that is the end to the current behavior, structure, and trend build-up at this present time. Then we can start connecting the dots. Remember the confluences that we built over here for the sells? Now we have structural low, higher low, structural higher high, a violation of the downtrend, and what do we see forming? A higher low formation in anticipation of what? A higher high. Let me ask you, once it creates this, we got a nice candle close, stop loss below the higher low, and we target our whatever you're targeting. Let me ask you, can you take these buys? I think you can, my friends. I think you can. This is how we read the trends. I could have come on here with a whole heap of fluff. I could have. I could have come here and I could have drawn this channel and that channel and said this and said that, and we could buy off of here. I mean, I'm sure you can. But anyway, the point is this, do as you wish. The point is this, just keep it simple. Every day the market trends, and if it doesn't, you don't trade. If it does, you trade. But just stick to one or two pairs, one or two patterns. Wait for the development to happen. Make sure it's easily identifiable. Can you recognize it over and over again? And if you can, press the button. Execute, execute, execute. If it doesn't develop, walk away, my friends. Come back another day. Anyway, that is the Trend Secret video session training for today. I do hope you enjoyed this. You've taken one thing away. If you stay past the 4-minute mark, I love you. And as I always say, no, please subscribe, turn on notifications, press the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications. And as I always say, continue to trust the process.